Welcome to a series of what I cooked in a week as an international student. For the first one, I was craving rice and curry for a really long time, so I made tempered salmon, and here's how I made it. I cook onions, garlic, green chili and curry leaves in a pan. When that's done, I add the tomatoes and spices, red chili, roasted curry powder, pepper and salt to taste. So when it's all cooked, it should look something like this. So that I add my best friend soy sauce, a lot of it. And sometimes I add sriracha too. This is the tin I use. It's just jack mackerel, even though we call it salmon. It doesn't have to be this specific brand. I just use whatever that's available and I drain most of the water. But I leave a tiny bit to add to the pan. I use 3 jack mackerel tins here and then I put everything to the pan and then I just break them apart until they're really tiny. I cook all my dishes without measurement, so don't come at me. I usually add curry leaves in the beginning, but I forgot, so I'm just adding it at the end. And this is how it looks like. Now it's time for my favorite part, taste testing. Well, I did it throughout making this, but it's the final test. So the leftovers in the spoon is the best. Next up is my dal curry. I don't make it the traditional way with onions and all, but Ammi always says that my paripu is the tastiest. I just add coconut milk, turmeric, chili powder, garlic and curry leaves. I like my dal curry thick, so I don't leave any gravy. Because of this, sometimes it turns into porridge and that's okay. Done with my curry, so now I'm making my sandwich filling. I worry too much of cracking my eggs when I boil them, so I always use a spoon like a weirdo. Once it's boiled, I use a fork to tear them apart, and it should look something similar to this with the egg yolk and all. To this, I add mayo, sriracha, you can even add ketchup, just a little bit though. I also added radish, my favorite, and mix them all together. I just keep adding stuff while I do multiple taste tests, so afterwards I added pepper, salt and more sriracha. And then you just spread it. I think I made too many of these to a point where I'm gonna get sick of this eventually. I didn't record making this, but this was a beef noodles I made for dinner to have after work because there was no way I was gonna cook after getting home at 9:30. I made this on the same day I made noodles. I was craving a good potato curry, but I ended up adding an egg because I felt like the gravy was so watery. I used to make tomato egg curries at home, but I never liked it growing up until I moved out of the country, and that is all I could think about. I love potatoes, so I make it my way. This is another twist of my own version of tempered potatoes. There's a lot of garlic and onions involved, and to this mix, I add my boiled unpeeled potatoes. Yes, you heard it right, unpeeled potatoes. I'm so lazy. Then I give it a good mix. I add curry leaves for flavor and color, and of course my best friend for more flavor, onion leaves for more color. My next video will be what I ate in a week, so don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out.